We're now going to work on the base. So we're now going to work on the base fitting. So Tom's now got the foam covers. We recommend you have new foams for the base and the extra pieces in there.
Right, so you got your 3 bits, top, middle and board. Board sits in there, like that. Cool.
So the baseboard just goes into the...
That goes into the basket, so that just rests in the bottom of the basket there.
And we've already prepped the wire basket with a wire brush and then painted it with an aerosol black paint as we did with the squab. Just make sure you do that in a well ventilated area.
So just lining the front of the cover with the front of the actual foam there.
Are the base foams handed?
No, not on this model, they're not handed. On the later ones, the basket is handed, but the covers are not. So that will determine, the foams are handed, so that will determine how your hands go, but this one isn't.
And this is the Mark II?
This is the Mark II. So basically, all I'm going to do now is offer this up. Once you're happy with this at the front here, basically just draw a line on there. Where this line is on the foam here.
So just marking the middle of the centre flute at the rear of the underside of the cover there.
So we're just marking where this line is, so that when we come to glue this, we know exactly where to stick that.
Need a big ruler. So just using a big rule or big flat edge there.
Now we've got that square marked out, we now know where we've got to glue. Just leave this front section unglued. Go all the way into the edges. Same with the base foam.
And do those foams come with those marks on there already?
Yeah, so we actually mark those ready. We have a template to mark all this out. So you've got your centre line and the border line. This just lets you know where this has got to be stuck, and then that then.
So if you buy those new foams through Rimmers, they'll already have that on there?
Yeah, that's already marked out with all the components and the board all ready to go. Lining that one. Okay. Right. So once that part is stuck down, let's glue these flaps down here.
So make sure you just press down firmly so that that cover is fixed to the base foam, just within the marked lines. And then just lift that calico flap that Tom did there, and just spray glue the underside of that flap. And then obviously the foam as well. So Tom's just then pressing that flap down onto the foam, making sure there's no creases on both sides.
Glue nice and tight.
And then, as always, just trim off any excess calico on the overhang.
Now you might need to weigh this bit down with an assortment of tools.
So this is a technical piece here. Just use whatever you've got to weigh it down, just so that you can just use both hands.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Need something heavier.
It kind of worked though. So now we're just going to go to the top roll. He's just putting some contact adhesive. So he's just going to lift the base cover now just away from the side and front roll areas, just exposing that base foam so he can carefully position that top
position it around the outer edge, getting that all lined up first.
So just show us when you finish doing that. So Tom's just positioning the top roll foam in place over the front of the base foam with the front of the seat cover lifted up, and now make sure the back edge of the roll aligns. There we go. Just lines up there with the rest of the outer edges.
And just glues just over the top of that calico there. And that's what's going to give you the shape. Like that. And the last thing is just to glue this outer calico now. And then we can fit it onto the basket.
So just lightly spray that outer calico flap, and then the outer vertical sides and the don't worry too much if any excess gets onto the seat cover. That can just be rubbed off at the end. So just sprayed all the outside of that base foam now, and he's just going to position that top, that corner there, and the same on the other side.
Corners.
So just smoothing that down, trying to keep the creases out on both sides. So Tom's just carefully pulling the calico flap out and over the edge of the foam assembly, just pulling out creases as you go.
Cool. Looks good.
Looks good there. You can do any trimming, or is that good there?
No, that is as is now, so we're just going to basically join this in with the basket now. So it only goes in one way, so the basket will sit where it wants to sit. Just nice and straight. Cool.
So just holding that frame in place when he turned the...
Push down on the bench just to hold, otherwise it will skate about.
It's like a semi-wrestling move, this. As he folds over the side skirts. Getting some hog rings. Just splitting those up now with a set of pliers. So he's turned the assembly upside down, he's got the skirt
Folded back on itself here. So we're going to fold that back on itself so you've got double thickness material to put the hog ring through. Otherwise that can tear fairly easily. I'm just going round to this lower bar here. Not the first one, but the internal one.
Looks like you're not pulling it too tightly, is that the key?
No, that's the key. Don't get it tight enough so the piping sits where you need it to sit. If you pull it too much, your piping will end up down here and you can then over pull, over tension. Board sat in the right place.
So just doing the other side as well.
So we just moved on to the back now. We've done the sides. We've got the sides evenly tensioned along there. Leave the front open because that's going to fix to the frame in a minute. So just work to the back.
So just doing the same with hog wings at the back of the base. Just remember, do not pull too tight on that.
Okay.
So it just shows the backs, how that looks.
Right. So your board's in, and that's hog ringed all the way from this bar all the way round. So now we've just got to attach it to the main frame.
So the assembly is now ready for fitting to the rest of the seat.
Just slot that down inside here.
So laying the squab assembly on its back, just push the base assembly into place.
Pop that wire into the seats right away into the metal.
The wire frame will sit inside that main frame all around.
Make sure it lines up.
Make sure it lines up. Does it always line up?
No. No, sometimes it cannot line up if you have a twisted frame or if the cover's been pulled slightly off centre. Right. So just rolling the front corners over basically.
So we're just pulling the front skirt over the main frame. So just turn it upside down so you can access the rear of the front of the base, and just put a hog ring in. Tap it in.
C-clip.
Just tap a C-clip in.
Just going to have to make an incision where the bracket is, where the actual seat affixes to the car. So we can expose that bracket ready for bolting back in.
So Tom's just slit the skirt so that it just reveals that front frame leg, and then it can be folded and clipped in. So just clipping the final seat clips from the front skirt into the frame.
That's on, right. Any excess under there.
Just trimming off some excess flap under there. So that's how it should look. Just making sure those flutes line up. So that's the final seat now finished. Tom's just checking the flutes, and there you go. A complete seat fitting job for a Triumph Spitfire Mk2 or 3.